It's not under Olvera. What was another name? What was the other name?
Page 8.
It's Galvan. Sal Olvera
Good morning, Mr. Galvan. You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Do you understand? Are you sure, or would you?
He's just a little bit embarrassed of the situation, Judge, of being here for the first time.
Do you prefer a translator or?
Well, I understand what you just telling me, yes.
Okay, we are going to do probable cause. We need to know what happened in the case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay, ready?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. On April 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle going 74 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone via radar. He observed the vehicle stop beyond the designated stopping point at a red light and make a wide right turn. The law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and observed the defendant to be the sole occupant of the vehicle. The law enforcement officer observed watery, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of alcoholic beverage. The defendant swayed while standing in place. The defendant's family showed up and stated they drove him home because he was drunk, and they found out he left again, so they went to the location of the stop. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was reported on the HGN, a 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 3 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant refused consent to provide a specimen, and a blood warrant was obtained and executed.
Any RDWIs? Does he have a license?
He does have a license, John.
No prior DWIs, Your Honor. I'm running his license, although.
Mr. Galvan, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Hay suficiente causa para continuar con tu causa, ¿ok? No puedes tomar alcohol, illegal drogas, y te voy a hacer examen. Si tomas o si usas, te pongo en la cárcel. ¿Me entiendes? Tú tienes un abogado, no tienes que venir a la corte hasta que él te dice. Pero si él me dice que no puede contactar y tienes problemas, voy a revocar la fianza. ¿Me entiendes? Tú no puedes manejar si no tienes una licencia y también aseguranza en tu nombre. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
So for now, we will have you sign a reset. Vas a ir con Roxanne de Pretrial Services y ya te puedes ir.
Y no se tiene que presentar para próximas cortes.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
All right, Judge, next is page 3, Castillo. Come on up.
Sorry, that's I need to read the report. What's this?
first and then he'll sit down and then.
Castillo, what's that?
Did you say Castillo?
Yes, Judge, page 3.
Jose Castillo, come up. Do you have an arraignment, counsel? Do you have an arraignment?
No.
No, okay, I see. I'll hit you up next, okay? Or you are Joe Castillo, is it Jose Castillo? Jose Castillo, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 23rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle going 77 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone via radar detection and weave in and out of lanes around 4 vehicles, nearly causing a crash. The law enforcement officer briefly lost sight of the vehicle, but found the vehicle parked sideways in a driveway close by. The defendant was still inside the vehicle and admitted to being the driver, but stated he was only going 60 miles per hour.
Okay. Mr. Castillo, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. You run his license, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. Do you understand? That is a condition of your bond. I'm now also ordering you not to drive in a reckless manner, not to participate in any street takeovers, racing, anything of this nature. And if I find you do, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
It's out of the way, Your Honor.
How old are you, sir? What do you do for a living?
I work in a warehouse.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? You want a court-appointed lawyer?
Under the request of attorney.
Okay. I need you to fill out an application for me. Deputy Miranda is going to give an application. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign and reset, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign all our bond conditions. You understand? Come on. Do you mind filing those conditions, please?
Yes, Your Honor. That'd be no reckless driving and no driving.
Same
without a
as-
valid license.
And then, no racing, street takeovers, donuts.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Judge, next is page 27, royalty.
Hold on a second. I have, ready?
I found them, yes.
Is it an arraignment?
It's an arraignment.
Last name?
Gallegos.
Page 7.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't even have the
Amber.
checked in.
There is also a co-defendant in this case.
Really?
Oh,
The DUI.
no. Sorry,
Oh,
you're right.
okay.
Okay, I thought come up.
Oh, that's not mine. I'm over here.
So, who's yours?
He's mine.
All right, do me a favor, have a seat for me right now, we'll call you right back.
This was.
All right, stand.
You are on bond for DWI and you've now picked up a new DWI. Sir. You were charged again. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 24th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a crash. The law enforcement officer spoke with a complaining witness who stated he had gone to the bathroom and heard the defendant crash into the bus. The complaining witness was the bus driver. The complaining witness estimated the damages to be $1,000. Another witness saw the defendant strike the bus, get stuck between the bus and another vehicle, and then exit the driver's side door and try to push the vehicle out. The witness stated after another individual told the defendant they were calling the police, the defendant fled. Another law enforcement officer was alerted to the incident and found the defendant who matched the description given. A witness was able to identify the defendant as the individual driving the vehicle that struck the bus. Another law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant who stated he was coming from an Astros game where he drank. The law enforcement officer observed a moderate odor of alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, and profuse sweat from the defendant. The defendant refused to cooperate on standard field sobriety tests. The defendant refused to provide a specimen. A blood warrant was obtained and executed.
Mr. Gallegos, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive at all. Do you understand me? On one ankle, I'm going to put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other ankle, you will get a GPS monitor and I'm giving you a curfew because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. And if I find that you're out, I will revoke your bond and make it extremely high. He's on bond for this DWI. I'm revoking his bond. You're going to jail today.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay, as far as the monitors, can we
So-
waive the fee?
Absolutely, of
Okay.
course.
Can you give my stuff to my mom?
Yes.
So these are conditions. We'll have him sign now. The GPS monitor prior to release.
Are you setting the bond to him?
Of course. Mr. Gallegos, I want you to understand something. This is an affidavit that you're going to sign to me, that you're going to promise to me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If Jesus comes from heaven and needed to ride to church, you drive. I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? I am now also sending notice to DPS that I'm placing a restriction on, you're not allowed to drive, but I'm placing an additional restriction on your license that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. This notice is sent to DPS so that every single officer in the state knows that if you are in a vehicle driving, they pull you over, you don't have an interlock, they will take you to jail. Do you understand? As it stands, you are not allowed to drive for any reason. Okay, we'll have him sign this. We'll put him in back. I'll set the bond and then,
Take my card here and look, I asked you to start moving around. We'll handle this when we get the.
All right, Judge.
get whatever date you want on the new cases.
Okay.
When he posts bond on the, old case, feel free to get in touch with the, and then
Okay.
you could put the date
Just
or
one
whatever.
together.
Yeah,
What are
He-
you setting the bond at? I'll tell it.
5,001.
5,001.
Yeah.
Both cases or just the?
He just, no. The two new ones, I'm not gonna touch. I'm gonna leave it as is. He's made a bond, so we're only gonna do the old DWI, 5,001. Actually, we're gonna need, he signed conditions now, so when he gets out, he'll
We'll
have,
have those.
yeah,
Okay.
because we'll give him a copy of the conditions now.
Okay,
So they just feel free to let her, whatever date you get,
okay.
after he
And then
gets out,
once
just
out-
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Judge, next is page 20, Mendoza, come on up.
Hi. good morning.
Tuesday, the 6th.
Mhm.
Okay.
What was the last name again?
Mendoza?
You're Alexa Mendoza. Miss Mendoza, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 23rd, 2025, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a traffic collision in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle on the fixed rail tracks impaled to the LRV. The law enforcement officer opened the door to check on the defendant, the sole occupant of the vehicle, and observed the defendant to be impaired. The law enforcement officer observed glossy eyes and slurred speech, and the defendant stated she left a bar where she had 8 to 10 drinks of tequila and was on the way to a concert. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was reported on the HGN. The law enforcement officer notes that the defendant threw up during the HGN. The walk and turn was a 4 out of 8, and the one leg stand was a 3 out of 4. The defendant was ID'd by her Texas driver's license, and the defendant consented to a breath test yielding a .137 and a .123.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
Check that.
Ms. Mendoza, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you test positive, your bond will be revoked. You'll go into custody. You understand?
Yes.
You are not allowed to drive unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. As long as you have those, you may continue to drive. Just don't use. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It is also, Your Honor.
Great. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with them and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For now, we'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You'll get with Roxanne for your bond conditions and then you're free to go.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Judge, page 27, loyalty, come on up. All right.
Good morning, Mr. Royalty.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 24th, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a Shell gas station in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer observed the motor vehicle to have crash damaged and to be disabled and inoperable. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant sitting in the driver's seat. The law enforcement officer observed constricted pupils, slow speech, and unsteady balance. The defendant stated that he was driving his vehicle before the accident and that he does not know what he wrecked into. The defendant stated he did not know where he was coming from before the crash. The defendant stated he consumed 1 alcoholic beverage. He also stated that he inhaled nitrous oxide approximately 20 minutes before the crash. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 0 out of 6 was recorded on the HGN, a 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The law enforcement officer observed an empty bottle of vodka on the driver's side floorboard, an empty vodka bottle inside the center console, and a half-empty beer in the back seat. The law enforcement officer observed 3.3 liters of space gas containers of nitrous oxide and 14 1-liter nitrous oxide containers. The defendant is a registered owner of the motor vehicle. The defendant agreed to a breath test strip. However, the law enforcement officer notes that there was an interferent error and the breath test was unable to be collected. The law enforcement officer called for a drug recognition expert who completed an evaluation. The drug recognition expert stated the defendant is under the influence of cannabis and is unable to operate a motor vehicle safely. The defendant consented to a blood test and a sample was collected.
Okay. Mr. Royalty, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication, and that includes nitrous oxide, whippets, anything of this nature. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you use, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Any priority to BIs?
No priority to
License?
eligible.
And you may continue to drive as long as you have a license and liability insurance in your name. If you don't have either, then you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can have you fill out an application. We'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have at the bank, what you do for a living, what kind of car you drive, how much money you have coming in, and I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Deputy Miranda is going to give you the application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box, sir. Sir, please.
Judge, that's it for now.
Okay. Mark Metz.
All right, bye.
What's the deal, Pickle?
We are here on Vanessa Torres. That's number the VA.
Torres is the last name? Okay,
We're waiting on some medical reports from the hospital, but that's not gonna, I don't think, make or break the case. He said that he just made an offer.
Are you happy?
The reset.
Are you happy with the offer?
I haven't even seen the offer. He just
I
told
put it
me
in
yesterday.
It was a deferred, a classic, the T-Raz deferred.
So I just want some time to talk to him, and.
You're at 190 days old though, so it's time to make a decision. I'll give you a couple weeks, but
Yeah, that's.
your client's got to be here within the next 2 weeks to decide what we need to do. Okay? Okay, thanks, Mark. Man. Hi, Sarah, you ready?
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm here for Mr. Torres.
Have a
So I think there was confusion. No, I approached yesterday to move his VVR to today, and I never talked to Vic about it, and that's my mistake. So it's off docket. So I have the cause number if you'd like. 2509942. I also talked to the state, because we were set for today anyway, about the DWDTI application mitigation packet, and we've not heard back yet. So
Where is he?
right there.
Come up, Mr. Torres.
He's in the live stream out for his approach.
I'm just sending him for a drug test. I'm
Oh,
sending you for a drug test. The next time you fail the test, you will go to jail. Do you understand me? Okay, take a seat for me. Okay, we'll let you know the results.
okay. So we just sit on the, wait for the
He needs
reset.
to come back. Then
Yeah.
I need your, Hold on, I might just. Hey, Sarah, can you leave me your cell phone and then I can
Sure.
text you that way you don't have to.
I'm
wait?
happy to stay. That's okay.
No. Because you can always zoom in. You know?
Okay.
It's silly for you to wait. Okay, thanks.
You should
And
be.
then I'll let you know when you're back. Okay, counsel, come on. Yes, sir.
Richard Lott here for Ramon Jesus Delgado, Sears. RES.
I see it. Okay. Where are we?
I believe the lady is looking for a reset. They need to talk to a witness.
It's 190 days old. I mean, Cole, where are we at?
Judge, I've been trying to get in contact with the material witness that was very adamant on scene with ID being confirmed, yet to be successful in getting in contact with her.
Okay, I'll give you one final week. That's it. It's 190 days old now. If you don't have it in a week, then move forward without the witness.
Absolutely.
Okay, got it. Okay, take care. Mr. Sims,
Judge, I have a plea on Josue Bueno.
okay, you mind bringing him up?
Now, before we start.
Morning, Mr. Bueno. Morning. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge is going on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Next time you get pulled over, if you have any kind of funky smell, it's probably not going to go well for you because the first thing officers do, they look at your record. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change it. So you didn't want to do PTI.
Judge, we discussed it and he couldn't get the character letters together and
It's a damn shame, Mr. Bueno, because I'm going to tell you, you had the ability to get this thing dismissed. Now you're pleading guilty to this. One day you're going to look back and say, why didn't I take the time to get it done? This will affect you for the rest of your life.
It's possible.
I'm not, no, you're now at 200 days. You've done nothing. No, you've had plenty of time to get it done, not on the day of when you're set to plead. The other thing is this, Mr. Bueno, I'm going to tell you that if you come back here with another DWI, it is a minimum of 30 days in jail for anything that you pick up. Not only that, if you continue to endanger the community, a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge. So get ready. If you want to get lit, find another way, Uber, Lyft, whatever it may be. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will send it to you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck.
would you be willing to waive the DPS fine?
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Kim,
Judge,
Hey.
very quick. Stacy's on Zoom.
Let me- hi, Stacy.
Good morning, Judge.
Maybe just ahead of time. It's a pre-signed waiver, Judge. She already has a copy. I sent her by email.
Got it. Okay.
It's only because he was
Here now.
he's in the holdover. Yes, Judge.
Have you explained this to him?
So I explained it last time, Your Honor. I tried calling the holdover today because we were under the understanding that he had signed a waiver aside from that one. But if he can step out so he can understand what's going, because I know last time he was.
Please. Do you know the name? Okay.
Galvan? Was there a CI on her?
Correct.
Morning, Mr. Groves.
Morning.
I'm bringing you up just to give you an update of what's going on with your case. You were wanted out of the state of Ohio for a probation violation for I'm assuming that's weapons under disability.
Yes, I'm not familiar with the charge. I don't know what the Texas equivalent is.
The thing is this, Mr. Groves, is that when you sign for probation, no matter where you are, you need to read the fine print. Many times when you sign, you waive extradition by virtue of signing the agreement by saying, hey, if I ever take off, I will refuse to fight extradition. And that's what's happening now. So even if I wanted to give you a bond so you could go turn yourself into Ohio, I can't because you have already waived by virtue of signing for the probation. You understand? So that means that we give the demanding jurisdiction, which is Ohio here, 30 days to come get you. Okay? Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor. May be excused.
Thanks, Ms. Morgan. Hi.
I'm here for Francisco Hernandez.
Okay.
He's here for a bond violation.
Okay, come up, Mr. Hernandez. It's Hernandez.
Mr.
Roxanne, what were
They
the,
were presumptive positive for chasing.
that's it.
That's it.
Okay. I'm giving you a pass for 50 days from the time that we ordered you not to use. Don't use. Do you understand? So we ordered him not to use when? He's still testing positive. We ordered him not to use in January.
He tested positive on April 7th, Judge, or not, on April 14th, rather.
Okay, but he's still testing positive. He's still using when we ordered him not to use.
Yes, Judge, but I understand that THC can take up to 30 days to work out of urine, so there's no evidence that he's been using beyond the
I ordered him not, let me see, hold on. I ordered him not to use in January. We are now,
Yes, Judge, but you've already addressed his drug use that resulted in the positive result on the April 14th drug test. You addressed that by chastising him in court and issuing several additional bond conditions. There's been no evidence that there's been any additional drug use for the court to address.
if I tested him in early January, then I'm gonna have an issue. But if it's the first time I tested him was in April, then I'm gonna give him the 50 days from the first time that we tested. But if I tested him early on and he tested positive and I admonished him not to use and he's still testing positive, I'm gonna have an issue. I don't remember when the first time we tested him, so I'm gonna ask her. Roxanne, on Mr. Hernandez, when was the first time we tested him, please?
When he first tested positive for chasing?
Yeah, when did we first test him?
Oh, it was March 11th of this year.
So March 11th was the first test and that was positive for,
Negative.
that was negative.
Yes, it was negative. And then on April 7th is when he was a no-show. And on April 14th, it was confirmed by lab that he was positive.
No, you're using. I'm sorry. I'm revoking your bond. You're going into custody.
I could just ask the court to, Mr. Hernandez's mother is out in the hallway. I'm certain that she's going to pay whatever the bond is. This, revoking the bond here will only have the effect of punishing, his mother, who will have to pay the bond. And I'd also just ask the judge, you to consider that I understand that there may be evidence that he's used since he was ordered to not use. I understand that. But there's no evidence that he's using now or that he has used in the more than 2 weeks since the prior drug test.
We just tested him yesterday. He tested positive. He tested positive a week ago. I've ordered him not to use. I mean, if I don't, then I'm rewarding him for his behavior, Mr. Schlossberg. That doesn't make any sense. You know, I understand that it's punishing mom. These are the things that you need to consider when you're out there. I told you not to use, and you're now using. Goes with you. I'm sorry, Mr. Schlossberg. I can't just continue to let people go.
Judge, the drug test yesterday, it came back positive for THC because it was within 14 days of the previous drug test on the 14th.
He tested negative the first time we tested him, and now he tested positive for using marijuana. That's it. There's no, I mean, really. If I don't, I'm enabling the behavior, and that's it.
Yes, sir. Maybe excuse me.
Please.
Judge, we have an arraignment that showed up a little late. Are you ready?
5001. Yeah, let's do it.
Page 15, I, come on up.
Good morning, Ms. Hines.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry, I'm having trouble loading it. Okay, here we go. On April 23rd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a suicide. Upon arrival, law enforcement officers found the defendant in the driver's seat of a U-Haul truck, slumped over the steering wheel. The law enforcement officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unbalance from the defendant. The passenger, the co-defendant, was detained and a crack pipe fell out of the co-defendant's pocket. The law enforcement officers found foil with narcotics residue on the passenger seat of the vehicle. The defendant admitted to taking Xanax that morning, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was recorded on the HGN, a 2 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 0 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant consented to a blood test. A wheel witness stated they saw the U-Haul in motion, pull into the driveway of a house across the street, and then walked over to the U-Haul and saw the defendant in the driver's seat.
You said they did field sobriety tests? They take them to the station? What?
Yes, Your Honor. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. 6 out of 6 on the HGN, 2 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 0 out of 4 on the one-legged stand.
Blood test, breath test?
It was a blood, consensual blood test.
Any prior to the eyes?
No, Your Honor.
Signs, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol. Now is the time for you to address it, because I'm telling you, if it becomes a problem while you're on bond, I'm going to address it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you not to use alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to test you, and I'm going to test you probably within a week. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not use. If you have a problem, now is the time for you to do whatever you need to do to address it. You have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I need you to fill out an application for me, and I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I will have you go, oh, you said she has a valid license?
It is eligible.
Okay, you're also not allowed to drive unless you have valid liability insurance in your name, and that is also a condition of your bond. You understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. Deputy Miranda is gonna give you an application. I need you to fill it out for me. When you're done, you can bring it back to us and we'll take a look. Please. Roxanne, testing in a week, please. Mr. Alford, I saw your gentleman.
Yeah, I realized this morning I didn't CC everybody. I just sent you. It's Roger Byrne for the clerk as well. It's 2533384.
Did you get one done?
No, I just got the email yesterday. He's the old guy in Sarasota.
I remember.
Can I have him do that and send it to you from Florida?
ASAP.
You got it.
Like, the Quest diagnostic though, so we know it's legitimate.
West Diagnostics.
Right.
Do that and for the
So
Monday
just,
setting, give him to push that back a little bit. If he fails, bring him in for bond forfeiture or what would you like?
right, so have him get it done today,
Yes.
then just bring us the result as soon as you can.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. Hopefully it's negative and then we'll just continue supervision. If it's dirty, then I don't know what we'll do. We'll have to bring it here. So,
This is I'm getting working.
yeah, I got it.
Done while he's over there, and then if we need to.
I understand. Okay,
So this bond forfeiture setting on Monday, can I move that a few days from?
I'm okay with that.
Thank you. Back.
Just let Victoria know.
Great.
But it has to be this week though, and I wanted to test today.
Okay, as soon as I get in touch with him, I'll say go to Quest.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll touch base with you on the Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Slaughter.
Yes, Judge. If the court would allow it, Mr. Hernandez's mother is in the hallway and would like to address the court on his behalf.
I'm happy to do it.
Yes, Judge.
If you want to bring her up, I'm happy to.
He's on for Friday.
Yes.
Come back. We get so then you give me a map that you guys can they have to be. Yeah. That'll be one that you can nothing back. So go ahead. If the board.
Let me give her my little.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Could we just to avoid creating a viral moment here?
And again?
Just to avoid creating a viral moment here, would it be okay to from the wife
let him go. I'm not gonna do.
Should I go? I go to 410. Start that late.
I just said this is the last piece to be a break function of the line. Okay, I have everything, let me have the first step and then we can go to. Innocent is that. Who's right here? Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I approach?
Please.
Your Honor, I'm here on a plea this morning for Jose Chaconi.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you mind bringing them up? Good morning, Mr. Chaconis. You speak English, right?
Yes.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. The next time you get pulled over, you smell like alcohol or dope. An officer's going to see this DWI. It's probably not going to go well for you. So don't give him the ammunition. Don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip. Do you understand?
I understand.
Bring up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, or give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no change in this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Mr. Chaconis, I want you to understand that from now on, what we're doing today, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on if you ever pick up another DWI, not to mention a $6,000 surcharge that tacks on to you. And if you don't pay it every day or every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, just if I may mention, I just wanted to notify the court, that we will be applying for,
Occupational? Okay. Sure. Okay, I understand that you're gonna have to, when you apply for an occupational license, you will have to do treatment. So, what we normally do is we have you do a TRAS, and then whatever the TRAS says is what you end up doing, and you have to get an interlock. So I don't know whether probation is something that you want, where I don't suspend your license, or whether you would just want to do this, because you're gonna undergo basically probation-esque terms regardless, if we give you an occupation. So, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck.
Judge, what do I do for you?
What does he do for a living? What do you do for a living?
Look, I'm data voice technician.
What kind of money do you make a month?
Right now, I'm not looking at it, but, I want to say, no, I don't need to check my chest first. But,
So are you working or you're not working?
right now, I was working, not at this moment, but, we just finished the project.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what, your project, and when's the next project start?
hopefully by the May 6th.
Okay, and then how much money do you make a month when those projects start back
I would
up?
say about 1,000 a month.
Okay.
No, wait, not 1,000 a month, 1,000 a week, my bad, I'm sorry. Back in that.
You win. Yeah. Right.
Court class is well,
Yeah.
Mr. Felton, let's go ahead and get down to the first one. We can sworn and then we court class. Okay, so
Okay.
that's the first one. Try to contact out this area. Just make sure you go there before you go to the others.
Oh.
Have a great week. Get on.
You require anything else?
Yeah, the one that goes by.
Yeah.
It's on a paper tree.
How you feel about playing on a good time? I'm not.
I'm going to set up for you.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, that's probably this week.
And you usually start off more hours.
So, last week, I asked most of it, but I believe the conversation basically that.
Wake up. Oh, I'm. Especially. Go on. As many about, I think we want how long, and then, and recommend first. Yeah. Yes. Yes, thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. One of them? Oh, okay. I'll go to Frank. I'm working across the board. This different Really?
Well, it wouldn't go, it would only be, to the. Yeah, I think they only put that metal for on our side, yeah, that. That'd be then. Are you sure? Look at it. That's what I. Yeah. Let me show the truth now and just see if they even made it. Do you want me to call back or email? What's the?
Came in off, that's
Okay.
usually.
Okay. Signal. Who is the?
Sarah.
Very special. Okay, thanks now.
I have some photos and stuff that I can do, like,
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Teachers and services.
Yeah.
He's going back.
Which I say.
Okay, then I'm
I should still be. I'll change you a little bit.
I don't see any issue at all.
See the experience.
I don't see it right now.
Did you get your videos?
Yeah, but no, it's just somebody.
Alex, 2:10. Wait, the. Do you have anybody? Oh, yes. Whoever you have. Yeah, he said constant. Okay. Oh, it's the last thing? Oh.
That's so weird, I think you know.
Everything is not that hard. Call person. What called you something about? Oh, Paul, I just did it wrong, sorry. Okay, you said. Okay.
No. We had.
We have fun with the video. We don't have to do anything.
We're on.
Well, that's the deal.
You gave the sign.
We're not.
Provide the current information for static. So.
Oh, don't fact.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot your process. I felt something about that this morning. We went to one of the breakfasts this morning and we passed. Yes. And so we can offer people, I have to take a, decision making class, and a decision. Maybe in a learn, maybe in 9 days. No, that's it.
We'll bring you a cake. Don't
worry.
It's just a little pretty bad.
No, you can't. There's a jurisdiction. I can take it to your deadline. I don't know, that's something. It's for like, oh, it's not actually. I know all my clients, they want to respect this. Yeah. But it shouldn't be so silent. Okay, please see this. All right. Mr. Hall? I'm gonna. For right now. I'm gonna generate your. Order of your case for saying that you're to the fifth. You could just wait tomorrow to be assistant.
Okay.
The sheet ready, you'll sign right here, and it should be technical, so sets. I know it has to be set though. I'm just. All right, go ahead, sign please. I'll show you that certificate. So I'll sign for the field, some of the issue, someone might crazy about me. There you go. Thank you. Did you just close me? I was trying to look back to. I forgot. All right. Oh, he's like, I was saying. I'm trying to. Yeah. Yeah, so far, yeah, it's just. All right, did you get the videos? Yeah. If I see them, possibly, 9/9/14. All right, so you're at 176 days of income. 2 weeks of the back.
No, you need to get yours first. And then you're gonna speak to your attorney. Just hold on a second.
Not to go to place. Yeah. Yes, I was going to repeat it. I thought that would be the way. Sure. We avoided that, wouldn't it? No, this case, that's really nice. No, I think I'm going to. Just Bill. That's one of the people. I don't know. 14 more. Yeah. So if you can see a load out and place. Okay, and nobody's running, so I stopped for the.
Yes, yes.
Okay, are you there? Yeah.
What are you doing?
Good, how are you doing, sir?
Hi, I'm Mr. Jesse Eskimos. Seems like
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I believe that is the case.
Oh, it's in here. Guess it's not.
You can disappear on
Oh, she was supposed to.
I got 256, 06,
Yes, hello, this is Jesse Espinosa. Looks like there was a error and we'll get it out, so. You want me to rush for the sergeants and you can really. And then. And y'all want to transfer.
Find it.
I'll do it right now. Sorry about that. All right.
What? I thought you,
Judge, maybe she's getting the step from the prosecutor. It's her first day, first time here.
I got it.
Deep breath.
In other words, so Judge, be patient, right?
Yes, yes.
I just, I want to get her out of there for the good deputy here so they can get somebody else in there. That's the issue with that one. Deputy, what do you got? 2 days left?
Your Honor, after this business day, I have a wake up. Tomorrow's it.
Wow. Tomorrow's the last day or today's the last day?
Well, I'm in uniform, it's tomorrow. So I'm burning my vacation time and everything. So technically, May 30th is I was going to say out date, basically, but it's like my last day on paper, but tomorrow's my last day in uniform.
Well, I got to tell you, I wish you well. I wish you well. I really do. You're a good man and you've been a real help, and I don't find a lot like you. So I sincerely wish you the best of luck, really. And congratulations on your retirement. You've been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm going to get, it's too bad that you're leaving, but it's going to take more than one to replace you, I think.
Your Honor, you can always tell the Marines. Very devoted to you and to our uniform, so you'll always find that in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, that's probably the attachment. My dad always used to, he had me sing, I don't know if I ever told you this, he had me walking up and down the street when I was 6 singing Halls of Montezuma with his major hat on. I mean, it was.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, we had a bunch of good kids where I grew up, and we had a lot of fun, and, yeah. Yeah.
Nobody messed with you, because if they knew your dad was a Marine, they didn't mess with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna go on. Fernandez, come on back in here. Let's do that one, Tony. Derek Tan Bell to Fernandez, 25W707530. Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez, come on up here, please. Come on up, young man. I started this sentencing before. And I got all the way to the end. You can come up here, sir and ma'am, right up to that microphone. That's a microphone. One of you can go in the jury box. It pulls out. Go right in there, sir, please. Go in the jury box. It pulled. And it came out that he was residing there at 24512 Charles. Sir, what's your name? And your name?
My name is Eileen Fernandez.
So it came out at the end, he was violating my order. Your name, sir?
Fernandez.
Carmen?
Michael A. Carter, P 73824, on behalf of the defendant.
If you folks want him back, I am not going to stand in the way. I can't have people violating my orders. I'm gonna let it go. I don't want to make a big issue of this. This is sad. It really is. I mean, it's sad. Dad and son, sad, 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 sad. Very sad. And I hope you feel like you want to turn your life around. And I hope you're willing to forgive him, sir. We have disputes, parents, children. I don't go for the assaultive nature of these, but we're not your enemy here. We want to do what's best for your son and best for your family. And if the two of you tell me, Judge, I want him to come back, I'm going to let him go back, even though he violated my order. I'm not even going to do a thing about it. This is a little different. So do you want him back, Mrs. Fernandez?
Yeah, of course.
Sir, do you?
Yes.
Because you put that item in here, and I'm not going to have him sign that. I'm not going to be a party to that, okay? Kids will make mistakes, right? You're going to work harder, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I told him before, I don't want to belabor this. I'm going to take away the not to enter So you can go back to the Charles Street address. I'm not gonna order you not to have contact with your dad. I'm gonna say no assaultive, abusive, or intimidating behavior towards your dad. So this is what we're left with. 12 months probation, $665 in fines and costs, including everything. You pay $50 by June 1, then 50 per month beginning July the 1st. Okay? Psychological evaluation, mental health treatment if recommended. The best domestic violence weekend program, obtain and maintain employment, provide proof, no contact, no assaultive, abusive, or intimidating behavior toward the victim. Jude Fernandez. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons, okay? You're gonna do three days of community service by July 1. We're gonna give you a review hearing date. Lisa, give me that, please. And I'm gonna get you out of here. You're gonna meet with probation. I wish you well, folks. Okay? We're not your enemy here, ma'am. I felt bad. You were at that court to school. I thought you were going to start crying and everything else. And we're not your enemy. I mean, I'm disappointed he violated my order, but under the circumstances, I'm just a bully if I do anything about that. Okay? So I'm going to let it go. And we're going to hope that this family unit can stay together and respect one another and love one another. You know, young man, you don't know how long your dad's going to be alive. I'm just saying. My father died 39 years ago, almost to the day. And it's a sad deal. We don't want that. You guys never know how long you're going to have your loved ones around. Lisa, please give me a review hearing date.
April 21st of 26 at 9 o'clock.
April 21 of 26 at 9 o'clock. I sincerely wish you well, sir. Okay? All right. Best of luck to you. Thank you. Can I have that? Do we have that? No. Okay, that's it. You're all free to go. Do you have any questions, sir? No. You, ma'am?
No, he has some.
I know. And that's okay. And we don't need to.
We forgive, but
we
don't want to leave it here.
I know. And you're going to go to treatment. You have to go to treatment.
I've done treatment.
Pardon?
I've already done treatment.
Well, you're going to do it again. Pardon? I want you to continue mental health treatment. Okay? We want to make sure this kind of thing never happens again. All right? Don't get so angry. Right?
Yes.
You got awful angry. Don't get so angry. I'm not saying you got with me, but you did with your dad. Right? So let's make sure this doesn't happen again. All right? I understand more than you think. Okay? I wish you guys well. I really do. Good luck.
Thank you. Your Honor, just to clarify, you said that there was going to be.
We're not going to have a hearing anymore next Tuesday.
Just want to.
Yeah, I got it.
Record, make sure my client understands.
Yeah, there's no hearing. We've taken care of that right now here, okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day, sir. Good luck. Thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you. Maybe you can tell Ms. Patillo.
I told her you needed her, Your Honor.
Well, we've got the county sitting out there. I'd really like to take care of this one for them. Roger, Bobby Melton's sitting in front of the camera here at the county. I'd like to take care of her, okay? Is Ms. Patillo in there still? Okay, is that your case, do you know, with Bobby Melton? I don't know who's, sure. Is that an easy, what's the charge? Can you tell me? All right, have you pre-tried that yet with Ms. Patillo? All right, okay. She was walking up and down the hallways. It's her first day here. Can you try to expedite that one for me? Because the good deputy here, on his last day, believe it or not, not officially, but last day with his uniform, has Ms. Milton in front of the camera. I'd like to get him out of here. Thank you. Bye. So as soon as they come out, I'll come out here. I promise you guys, okay? Stay seated, everybody. And they're gonna track down Ms. Patello when I asked them to expedite that one. Thank you.
She's going to be back or she's going to be here, but I'm going to schedule you for May 15th at 9:30, May 15th at 9:30. If
application, you do qualify for a public defender, I'm going to go ahead and grant that and allow a public defender to represent you in this matter going forward. The state will either indict or choose to file an information charging the level of offense that they choose.
Step to your right, sir. Next. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Brandon Stanley. Mr. Stanley, you're fully court charged with grand theft. You understand the charge? I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Yes.
All right, your attorney is here present. Herb, what do you tell me?
He was made aware. We contacted him saying he had a warrant, and he came straight in to surrender himself. And he's hired us to resolve the case for him. So he's not a flight risk. He wants the case resolved. He lives in Mississippi. So I would just ask if you could set a bond, would it be minimal?
There's a tractor. Oh, $30,000 tractor. So that's probably one of those 40-horse ballpark. It's a nice Kubota.
Yeah.
Has he got a cabin? Air conditioner? I need an air conditioner cabin. That's what I need. You know what I mean? It's brutal. It's brutal out there. All right, deputy, criminal history, Mr. Stanley.
He shows that obscene communication ×2 out of Mississippi and 22, and that's it.
All right, pre-trial release. Pre-trial release officer for 9 o'clock tomorrow. No contact with the alleged victim except through proper channels through his attorney and discovery process. And court date's going to be May the 29th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Herb.
When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, ma'am. Here you go. Face the TV and state your name.
Lakin Finch.
Ms. Finch, before the court charge domestic violence battery. Do you understand the charge, ma'am?
I'm sorry?
Do you understand what the charge is?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes.
Based on your application, I find you do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, felony probation.
This happened at Bambi's? You can't even get a Bambi's without getting hit? Allegedly.
Am I able to speak, sir?
No. You got case number?
Talk to your public defender about your case, okay?
24-17-27 CF. You're allowed to speak, but if I wasn't about the case, but you can. You've already been told, you know, don't
Yeah.
self-incriminate.
I just had something to say about the officer that issued the warrants. He spoke with me on Monday and he was supposed to be dropping the warrants on Saturday when he came back to work because I got falsely identified.
Okay, well, here we are on Thursday, and he hadn't done that.
Yeah, he said he's coming back Saturday, Christopher Brown.
Well, that's unfortunate. All right, Ms. Finch, bond is 5,000, no contact with the alleged victim. Case is going to be set for arraignment on May 30th at 8:30. And I'm signing a warrant for violation of probation 24/17/27. Good luck, ma'am.
Steps here right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Red X, state your name.
Birch.
Ms. Birch, you fully report to trespass and disorderly intoxication. Do you understand those charges?
Yes.
Ms. Birch, the state has made you a plea offer. If you wish to resolve this case today, the state would give you credit for time served on the trespass, and they would drop by filing no information on the disorderly conduct charge.
Okay, I'll take it.
Also, you can get out
My
of jail
dog's
today.
in the pound.
Okay?
My
Get out of
dog's
jail,
in the pound.
and the only thing that
and,
would be required is that you pay $400 within a year.
Okay, I can pay the money. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get my dog out of the pound. It's $200 and I'm broke right now, but I'm planning on getting this job at Starbucks, making $20 an hour. I applied for a job at Starbucks and I have an appointment with an interview date.
I hope you get it. I'm
I hope
going
so. Yeah.
to accept your plea of no contest, withhold adjudication of guilt, so it will not be a conviction on your record. The state has filed no information on the disorderly conduct, so they are dropping that charge. You're ordered to spend 1 day.
Appreciate it. And I'm sorry.
1 day in the vacant jail, credit for the 1 day, so it's a time served sentence. Also, you got to pay $400 within a year of the day, okay?
Yes.
Now, the only way this is going to bite you is if you don't pay, there's a 15-day suspended sentence. So don't do that, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck, Ms. Birch, and I hope you get your dog back.
I'll try. His life is dependent on me.
All right, step here right to the T.
How old is he?
Oh, he's 6 years old. I've had him for 5 years.
Yeah,
I think they should give him a lecture.
I adopted him when he was a baby.
All right, step over to your right. When the green light comes on, sign. Oh, you cut your hair, Melanie.
Yeah, Miss Pembroke, why don't they give him it off the bench? I don't know why. You know, I can't stand those rams.
How you doing, Laura? Always good to see you. Always a fellow ginger.
Judge Vance.
Miss Roberts.
When you look at the body cams and they first got there and they said a woman and a little girl seen the guy Gabriel urinating, that he had exposed himself, and it's on their body cams. And then the next thing I know, they take like 10, 15 minutes and Gabriel's sitting there bragging that he knew the woman cop on the scene. And they come back over there and they start asking me questions and try to lie and say it was me.
Okay.
Body cam that they reported it was Gabriel, and I heard, I don't have vision, and I heard him urinate, I can hear him.
Yeah.
And it's not fair, Judge Van. I dealt with a crooked cop since 2003 that I reported to President Obama.
How'd that work out?
Wanted to dope off the scene with the Hells Angels that what happened to me during bike week in 2003.
Everybody's out in Bay County. Hells Angels don't.
No, what I'm saying is in 2003, from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night, I was at the Hells Angels, and there was crooked cops waiting at Wendy's trying to get the dope off the scene with 2 other cops. I turned everything in to President Obama.
Okay.
I went all the way to Washington, D.C. and reported every bit of the information.
Why'd you come back?
Because Judge Overstreet told me I'm more than welcome to be here.
No, I know. I'm not saying. I'm just curious. I mean.
Yes,
okay.
Judge Overstreet, he's on the bench and was retired.
Yeah.
He's the one that told me I'm more than welcome to be here. I was a functioning citizen, didn't do a damn
I'm
thing wrong.
not telling you can't be here. I'm just why you came back if you're gonna live on the street, but.
Mine's been since Hurricane Michael. I had a house, a caretaker, and a cook. I can't help the weather conditions.
But Hurricane Michael was in 2018.
Judge Van, I work with Jessica Doorway as my witness. I call Miss Doris. I call everybody with waiting list, anything I can afford. On the 4th, I got on the 4th, I had saved up money, and then all of a sudden, they even called crooked cops. They all get the death penalty. I have 2 cops that told me every time they steal from me or do anything, there are 2 cops on the beach, that they implement my blindness. I'm a tailgate kid, and then they get the death penalty. They stole over $3,000 from me. They even called a crooked cop.
Ms. Roberts. I'm required to let you know that the state has made you an offer if you want to resolve the case today.
No.
Good.
No, there's a probation.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Case number? Who put her on probation?
Exactly. Who put you on probation, Melinda?
Judge Stevenson.
24.
And seeing he had Judge Van, I have a right.
3009.
He's reinstated people more than one time, and I'm out there doing as best I can do.
That's right.
And the other people, I got case in point. Whenever I was here last time, he reinstated somebody a second time, Judge Van. And
I wish you the best luck. I hope he reinstates you too. All right, ma'am.
So what they do, they revoke my probation?
Hold on.
Yes, ma'am. I've set you a bond on this, so you're getting credit for the time you spend in the Bay County Jail on the misdemeanor. Your court date's gonna be tomorrow, May 2nd, 8:30 on the misdemeanor. And there's a warrant for violation of probation, 243009.
What was the bond on this one? 5? Thank you. 5. You can pull it right up. I'll sign it. I'll sign and get her paper.
It was what now?
It's 5,000. I'll sign it for you though.
These about this probation only?
This probation is hold without bond, but the case, whatever it was, is 5,000. Next. Next.
Ms. Jones, before the court charge of burglary of an occupied dwelling while unarmed and criminal mischief. You understand those charges?
Not so much, no, with the dwelling part, I don't understand.
Okay. I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
You got a copy of your paperwork?
Yeah.
Were you advised of your rights today?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Based on your application, I find you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
Oh, yes, fine, thank you.
Yes,
FTA 18 and 22, 21 child neglect, DWLSR habitual and resisting. That's it.
Bond said 10,000 on the burglary, 2,500 on the criminal mischief. No contact with the alleged victims. Court date's going to be June 16th at 9 o'clock.
That to your right to the T.
So I don't have bond or anything?
12.5. Yes, ma'am. That's your bond, 12,500 total. State your name, ma'am.
Emily Mabel Hilton.
Mr. Pilkington, you're before the court on a out-of-county warrant out of Okaloosa for violation of probation. You understand that, ma'am?
I understand.
Judge Clark over in Okaloosa County, not to be confused with our Judge Clark, has already held without bond. We're going to honor that request, hold you for Okaloosa County, and have the Bay County Sheriff's Office coordinate transport back over there as quickly as possible. So, court date's going to be June 8th or next week? Go on, 2 at least.
The 15th.
Okay, May 15th is going to be your return date. Ms. Bamber,
Step 2.
she can get you over there.
Mr. Paul is over. What? What you want? I'll be on a flight on those dates. I'll be on a flight. I'll be on a flight. I'll be on a flight on those dates. But listen, Mr. Paul is over there somewhere.
Yeah, he's in front of Judge Clark. They got some kind of hearing, but he's held without bond. But yes, they transported him over here. I think it's a plea hearing. He failed to appear for his jury trial.
Yes. All right, next. Red sir, face the TV, state your name.
Bradley Smith.
Mr. Smith, before the court charted domestic violence battery by strangulation. You understand that charge?
I didn't hear what he
You
said.
understand what you're charged with?
I didn't hear what he said.
Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yes, I hear. Yes, I hear. Sorry.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, finds you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you, so you have an attorney now. Deputy Criminal History.
23 FTA, 21 conditional release for domestic violation, a domestic battery, possession of weapon or ammo, 18 contempt, domestic assault, 19 in Texas aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Bond said 25,000. Court dates May 29th, 9 o'clock. No contact, directly, indirectly, or through a third party alleged victim.
Is there any way I can get a less bond, or do I gotta go to a different court for that?
Yeah, there's a way. You don't have to have records.
Oh, I was just asking questions. I don't know. I was just trying to figure it out. So am I done there?
Yes, step to your right. Sir, Mr. Bryan declined to come down today. Huh?
Does he have like any open cases?
No, which is shocking. He does not have anything open, but his history is 3 pages of the same.
He's a frequent shopper at different box stores around this area. All right, on the felony petty theft for priors, bonds 15,000. On the resisting without violence, 5,000. No contact with the alleged victims. Court date's gonna be June 2nd at 9 o'clock on the felony, May 2nd at 8:30 on the misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
It is shocking
Step
that
up.
he has.
State your name, sir.
Mr. Hall said, full court charge of possession of cocaine and possession of paraphernalia. Do you understand those charges?
Sir?
You understand what you've been charged with?
Oh, yes, sir.
Got a copy of your paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, if unless you do qualify, I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. So you have an attorney now. Deputy Criminal History.
Probation.
Case number?
21 1458 CF.
All right, Mr. Hall said on the cocaine bond is 5,000. The paraphernalia is 1,000. Court date's going to be May 29th at 9 o'clock, and I'm signing a warrant for violation of probation 21-14-59, 58.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red sir. State your name.
Roger Barnes.
Mr. Barnes, for the court on a violation of probation for what was originally a grand theft of an automobile in front of Judge Clark. You understand that, sir?
You understand what you're charged with?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply now. Judge Clark and his infinite wisdom where you have that wrong. Your court date is May 21st at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Red sir. State your name.
Kenneth Turner.
Attorney full court on violation of probation, originally a domestic violence battery. We're held out on your court date is May 21st at 1:30. Good luck, sir.
Step behind
What
him
is-
at May 21st, 1:30. Step behind him. Next. Red X, state your name.
Sequoia Neil Taylor the first.
Mr. Taylor, you report on a violation of probation was originally driving under the influence of property damage. You were held without bond. Your court date is going to be May 8th at 9 o'clock.
Step to you. You're about to sign for it. Just step behind him. No, not yet. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Chicago. As far as for the court on out of county warrant out of Holmes County, signed by Judge Taylor. And they still want you, according to the teletype. They got
He's scheduled.
Okay.
He's actually scheduled, even though they didn't get notified till Monday.
So if I give this date that they got on here, May 29th, he'll be long gone, right? Yes, no, maybe.
Sir, if you would, addressing back to Mr. Turner, you didn't put the hold without, so he don't think you held him without, so we need.
Mr. Turner, you held it out. I held you without.
It ain't. I mean, he could, you signing it again? Do you want him to
I
re-sign?
held him out when I signed it. He's
That's
held
what I
out.
thought. Do you need him to re-sign, Terry?
I'll just rescan it and send it to him.
10-4.
It's my case, isn't it? Yes. I've got him on bond. I hold him on.
Step over to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Next. Ed and Phil. Red X. Face the TV. State your name.
Out of county warrant out of Jackson County. Signed by Judge Peel. Bond is $2,500. Can you make that?
I tried, sir. My mom took the victim yesterday and dropped the charges on me.
Okay, well, there's two different questions. Can you make your bond?
I'm trying, sir. That's all I can do. I ain't got no money.
If you can't make the bond, you need to let somebody there know so that we can get you back in front of a judge over here. I'm gonna give you a court date of May 15th. May 15th is gonna be your return date. You're still in jail.
Okay.
Jackson County jail?
Listen
If
to
you're
me.
not picked-
No contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party. Don't let, your mom doesn't need to be calling the victim, because that's called tampering.
All right, sir.
Sign now. Yes. There you go. Step behind him. State your name, sir.
Kenneth Larson.
Mr. Larson, before the court on a failure to appear for a violation of probation hearing that was in front of Judge Grammer back December of 2023. We commissioned. You're held without bond. Your court date's gonna be May 8th at 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you, sir.
Step behind him at the signature pad right there.
Come on, sir. Sir, come on.
Sign now. Slide on over some, sir. The other way. Step in on the T. There you go, X rather. State your name, sir.
Mr. Johnson, you the court charged possession of paraphernalia and aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. You understand the charges?
Huh?
Do you understand the charges?
Yeah.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. That's true?
Yeah.
All right, so based on your application, I find that you do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No.
What brings you down here from Kentucky?
Well, man, I just come down here for a job. I didn't expect to not even hit. I didn't even hit the man with the two before. I tried to throw it down beside him, and Apparently, now the whole state of Florida's in jail or prison, so. Huh?
Nothing, man. Deputy, criminal history?
Oh, no.
Idaho, Wyoming, Kentucky.
Sponsor the 1,000 paraphernalia. Court date's gonna be May 2nd at 8:30.
I don't have no money. Why if where I'm working, they're trying to get me signed paperwork to let me out, then if they're gonna make me pay anyway, then why do that?
No,
I mean,
you should pay. I think you should stay right where you're at. 50,000 the aggravated battery.
No, sir.
June 16th at 9 o'clock.
I don't get it. I don't understand then why I ain't signed no paperwork yet. But like if I sign paperwork, like I don't understand, like.
Joe explains to you.
Enjoy talking to your public defender.
Oh, well, like, what then, like.
Come on. Yeah, we'll bring it to you.
I'm confused.
He's appointed.
Oh, no, you got, no, we don't do that.
You mean that's wrong?
He might qualify for an evaluation, Floyd.
Yeah. What was the court date? I'm sorry.
All right.
Call Mel Booker and tell him they gotta come get one. Give me 1 second, sir.
Bro, I was nice. See, I was like Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. I was nice. Be nice. I was nice. And this is what I get paid back for being nice. I don't know the instant naps is all fire. I don't think so. All cylinders. Oh, we're barking. They don't know why. Elevator down, go to the top floor.
See what's going, see.
I didn't.
You've been letting this slide all after this morning, knowing it was building.
Wait.
Knowing it was building.
Wait.
Matter of fact, you've been doing it since yesterday.
I hadn't poked the bear at all. I have been a gentleman and a scholar. I have expected you to sing my praises, and here you are giving me grief about usually you're like,
see, I already knew. I knew it was building when I seen the list, because you know I'm familiar with half of this list.
And now when I'm nice and I let them talk, now you're frustrated about that.
Listen,
man, brother, I can't win for losing with you. It's
you
true.
cannot.
You hurt the ones we care the most about. It's really.
Because if I have to do paperwork, because you let this go. If I have to do any kind of paperwork, because you let this go. And Mr. Pope declined, but you know he declined yesterday, and it's the same situation.
I signed yeah. So Mr. Pope, on the trafficking fentanyl, bond is $250,000. On the possession of firearm by convicted felon, $50,000. On the possession of methamphetamine, $10,000. The possession of anabolic steroids. Who boy is he? Now I'm curious. Oh, now I gotta know. Play listen to that. 510, 190. It's not working. It's not working. 10,000 on the anabolics and 1,000 on the paraphernalia with random UAs, and I've granted the state's motion for Nevia.
What was that? 250, 50, 10, and what else?
250, 50, 10, 10, 1.
10 for?
June 16th at 9 o'clock.
And Mr. Hightower, we just got a phone call come in. He's been bonded, so I just told him to go back out in the hallway.
Okay.
Wait, come here, Hightower.
We'll see tomorrow. He's got choices. Mr. Hightower, you can come back tomorrow. You can come down to the courthouse tomorrow, or I can give you the plea officer from the state today. The plea officer from the state is 1 day in Bay County Jail, credit for 1 day, withhold adjudication of guilt, so it's not going to be a conviction on your record, and you pay $400 within a year. Or you can plead not guilty and come back tomorrow.
You say one day in county jail?
He gave you time served, is what it is.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Want to do that?
I'll take the plea.
I'm going to accept your plea of no contest. I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt, so it's not going to be a conviction on your record. Give you credit for the 1 day that you spent in the Bay County Jail. Court cost and fine of $400 is due 1 year from today, okay?
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
If you fail to pay or get an extension, it will result in jail for 6 days for one, so don't let it happen, okay?
I'll have it paid tomorrow.
All right, man. Love you.
All right, step to your right at the T. When the green light comes on, you're gonna sign. It goes out and comes back on, you'll sign for a second one.
Miss Van Row, I'm hurt.
Listen.
Listen. I've been over backwards to be nice. Floyd, how are you?
I knew it was coming because, like I said, when I saw the list, I was like, how are you gonna give me so and so back to back?
You're being,
I know my best behavior.
you're being too nice. Just say order in the court and cut them off.
We gotta find that sweet spot.
All right, I'll be back when y'all have announcements.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Just happy to be here.
Yes, Peachy. Yes, sir.
They're celebrating May Day today over here. There's a Hawaiian shirts. Got ladies.
Where's yours? Where's yours?
Upstairs, actually. I just thought it wouldn't be appropriate to wear it to court. But I do have one. Actually.
I'm not shocked.
Okay. Is this one for, you're done?
No.
Ms. Gonzalez, you're before the court on a violation of court order for attempted burglary and occupied dwelling while armed. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Before you held without bond, the court date's going to be May the 22nd at 9 o'clock. Do you have any questions?
The court date is May 22nd. Do you have any questions? Nope. Step. Give us a moment.
Yeah. I mean, they're making ice cream upstairs. Oreo cookies, berries and cream. Different kinds. Upstairs. Yeah. It's crazy. It's off the hook. Walking around handing out lays. Just it's bizarre. I don't know. What's May 1st? What's May 1st?
I think it was made up.
Is a made up holiday?
Upstairs.
I like made up holidays. I do like making up. I made up one myself. Dingo Day. That's right. June 12th. Dingo
Actually,
Day.
May Day may have started with the communists.
Yeah, I think right, but why are we then? It's a communist celebration, but why are we doing Hawaiian?
Because it's International Workers' Day. It's not communist celebration anymore. It's International Workers.
I'll accept that. Look, it's better than any other explanation I've heard.
Are they calling it a dictator or something?
I've got
happy about it.
I've got my Hawaiian shirt. I've joined in with the solidarity of the people. Oh my gosh. So the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there were two people standing outside of customer service, just going at it. Just, I mean, back and forth. And she finally just goes, "Take your Payless shoes out of here." And I'm just like, I don't need to be around this anymore. I mean, of course, I was watching intently because I love it. Cannot look away. It's like a train wreck. Jordani, raise your right hand for me. Tell me, swear or affirm you truthfully and accurately interpret the conversation reported in the defense today.
I do.
All right. Ask him to say his name for me.
Dígale su nombre al juez.
Roger Chaparro.
Judge, he's my client.
You can see an accident involving serious bodily injury.
Yeah. A usted se le acusa de abandonar de un accidente que tenía graves corporales.
Dumping litter.
Tirar basura.
Without a permit.
Your Honor.
And then a citation for violation of financial responsibility and liability.
Abandonar el lugar de los hechos y también un citatorio por incumplimiento de responsabilidad financiera.
I understand he's been given copies of paperwork and advised of his rights.
Entiendo que se le dio copia del papeleo y se le notificaron sus derechos.
Mr. Raymond, you represent Mr. Chaparro?
I do, Your Honor.
Y señor, su señoría.
Judge, my understanding is that he has retained the firm and works in the state of Texas and would like to go back to Texas for work when he gets out on bond.
Su señoría, según entiendo, él ha contratado a nuestro bufete, él trabaja en Texas y le gustaría regresar a Texas para trabajar cuando salga bajo fianza.
He shows no history.
Not real confident he's going to show up in court since he didn't say the same.
Judge, he did. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just wanted to let you know he did self-report to the jail.
Okay. Bond set at $25,000 on the leaving scene with serious bodily injury.
Bien, la fianza son 25,000 en el caso de abandonar el lugar de los accidentes, dejando graves daños corporales.
5,000 for leaving part of the car at the scene.
5,000 por dejar parte del carro en la escena, en el lugar.
Yeah. And $2,500 for the liability issue.
Y $2,500 por el asunto de la responsabilidad.
Court date will be June 16th at 9 o'clock.
Su próxima audiencia va a ser el 16 de junio a las 9 en punto.
Buena suerte.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And Your Honor,
come on, Shim.
Thank you, Jordy.
Next.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Boyski. Come on.
Fiamma.
Right there. Hold up back there at that line. Yeah.
Say your name.
Thomas.
Mr. Shimborski.
Yes.
You're before the court on failure to appear for a criminal mischief charge. You understand that, sir?
What was it?
You understand that you're before the court for failing to appear on a criminal mischief?
I better know that terminology. I had no in West Palm Beach. I never went back to before my ID and my Social Security because I lost it. It was stolen, and then so happened in Volusia. Same thing. I couldn't go back to court to verify that I had my my ID and my my Social Security. I'm trying to get my Social Security right now. I was over by the gas station, all kind of stuff. I guess I was walking around at night because I needed to get a job. I need a phone and a computer before I get my application, whatever it's called about that. And then yes, most definitely. I was walking around. I guess I was different on the sidewalk. I was a sidewalk guy at night, and then yeah, I guess it was mischief or something. Yes, sir. Over by the trespassing, over by the cops over here, by the gas station Murphy over in Panama City is what just happened. I guess. That's Mark.
That is a lot to unpack. Mr. Szymborski.
Yes, sir.
The state has made you an offer. If you want to plead to time served, they will release you from jail with credit for the 1 day that you spent in the Bay County Jail, court cost fine, and restitution totaling $500. We do 1 year from today.
What's it about? I can clear something up in court is what I needed. You know what I mean? I need to clear up the Volusia stuff, whatever it's called.
Volusia?
Oh, they had a warning. They had, you know, the leverage warning because they had a warrant out because I never returned back to court and all kind of things like that. If you know about it. Like,
this is only for Bay County.
You know, I like
this is only for Bay County. We don't care about Volusia County today. This is only about Bay County.
So it just happened to over by the Murphy gas station. What we're talking about? Chris Mark.
I didn't want to mislead you. I don't care about Volusia County any day.
Okay. Just the Murphy gas station where the cop found me. Is that what you're talking about? Chris Mark.
Bond's 2,500. Court day is May 2nd at 8:30. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. 7:20. That's not another Volusia. Thank you, sir. 7:20.
Say your name.
Mr. Knopf, before the court on driving under the influence and driving license suspended revoked as a second or subsequent offense. You understand the charges?
I understand, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Sir?
You got a copy of the paper?
Yes, sir.
All right. Based on your application, I find you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Yeah, your criminal history, Mr. Knopf?
We got him on bond in 2 different case numbers, and he has an MTA on another DWLSR.
Case numbers.
Notice to appear. The bond is 25-1012 CF and 25-779 MM.
Your Honor, I had just got my license. They said it was, I have a court case coming up about my license and I had got everything fixed. I don't know how it's.
No.
I don't even know how it's.
Mr. Knopf, you may just want to wait and talk to your public defender about all that, okay? Today's not the day.
Yes, sir.
Bond at 5,000 on the DUI, 2,500 on the DWLSR. Court date's gonna be May 30th at 8:30. No alcohol. I'm revoking and releasing 25-1012 CF, 25-779 MMA.
What?
He revoked your release on the other charges. Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign for your copy. Next. Red Exo. State your name. Here's your name.
Mr. Kirkland, you the court to possession of firearm by convicted felon in an open count of murder. Do you understand the charges?
Yes.
I understand you can copy the paperwork and advise of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Got a copy of your paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Or you advise of your rights today?
Yeah.
This is why I was up from 12:30 on last night, signing warrants and being harassed by the local law enforcement agencies.
It's up at 4:30.
I'll beat you. But coffee is a wonderful, wonderful thing. All right, the state has filed a motion for pretrial detention. I'm going to grant that motion. I find that no reasonable bond can assure A, your appearance in court for the serious nature of the charge, or B, protect the community. Your order held without bond. Your court date's going to be May the 29th at 9 o'clock. Based on your application, you do qualify for a public defender. I'm going to go ahead and grant that and allow a public defender to represent you in this matter going forward. The state will either indict or choose to file an information charging the level of offense that they choose.
Step to your right, sir. Next. Next. Red X, sir.
It's surprising. You didn't need this.
State your name.
Brandon Stanley.
Mr. Stanley, you're fully court charged with grand theft. You understand the charge?
Boo.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Yes.
All right, your attorney is here present. Herb, what are you doing?
He was made aware. We contacted him saying he had a warrant, and he came straight in to surrender himself. And he's hired us to resolve the case for him. So he's not a flight risk. He wants the case resolved. He lives in Mississippi. So I would just ask if you set a bond, would it be minimal?
There's a tractor. Oh, $30,000 tractor. So that's probably one of those 40-horse ballpark. It's a nice Kubota.
Yeah.
Has he got a cab? Air conditioner? I need an air conditioner cab. That's what I need. You know what I mean? It's brutal. It's brutal out there. All right, deputy, criminal history, Mr. Stanley.
He shows that obscene communication ×2 out of Mississippi and 22, and that's it.
All right, pre-trial release. Pre-trial release officer before 9 o'clock tomorrow. No contact with alleged victim except through proper channels through his attorney and discovery process. And court date's going to be May the 29th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Herb.
When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, ma'am. Here you go, face the TV and state your name.
Lakin Finch.
Ms. Finch, you're fully court charged domestic violence battery. Do you understand the charge, ma'am?
I'm sorry?
Do you understand what the charge is?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes.
Based on your application, I find you do qualify for the service of the public defender's office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Jeff,
Yeah, I don't know, felony probation.
This happened at Bambi's? You can't even get a Bambi's without getting hit? Allegedly.
Am I able to speak, sir?
No.
You
got case number?
talk to your public defender about your case, okay?
24-17-27 CF. You're allowed to speak with it. If I wouldn't about the case, but you can't.
We're thinking about going to.
Customers here late. As a second or subsequent offense, they say that this happened on April 13th of 2025. And Corbell, present, that's 4 of them. Michael Ashbrook is not present. Autumn Baker is not present. All right, let's see what I just got from Shayna. Turn the record on. Yes,
I just want to feel ready.
I am ready. Let's see. Tell me my in custodies. G jail arraignments. All right, you're here for an arraignment. That's the process where the judge tells you what you're charged with and asks you how you wish to plead to the charge. The 4 of you that are here so far, and as I said, the others aren't late. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
David Johnson.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Have a seat. We're going to take care of him first. He's a little bit different. Mr. Johnson, why don't you come right up to the podium here? This isn't charged right. You're David Neil Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Of course, I know you, but I have to identify you for the record. File number is 25688SD. Let's take a look at yours. They charge it with being a minor in possession of alcohol and operating a motor vehicle. Mr. Johnson, you haven't been a minor in about 40 years.
No, sir.
So let's take a look at this ticket.
I've been a minor in like 50 years.
He looks good though, yeah. It does look good.
You're not 68. That's how old I am. A little bit more. Anyway, Mr. Johnson, you got charged with operating while intoxicated. The second charge should be failing to yield. Operating while intoxicated is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You got some previous offenses of this. And so this could have been charged as a second or subsequent offense. They say that this happened on April 13th of 2025.
Yes, sir.
My recommendation to you, Mr. Johnson, is that you plead not guilty and I get a lawyer to help you with this.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
agreeable to you?
Yes, sir.
You were always a Three Rivers guy. You live out on Schimmel Road now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this happened close to where you live?
It happened over here in front of American Bank and Trust.
Okay. This shows a fingerprint, but it's OUL1. Why you didn't get fingerprinted at the jail, that's all still a mystery to me. But I'm going to show you plead not guilty. I'm going to appoint an attorney, set attorney pretrial for May 30th. At 8:30. Are you missing work right now?
Yes, sir. Well,
Where-
I took a vacation day before.
Well, I hate to make you take a whole day off. Where do you work?
I work at Murhow Industries in White Pigeon.
All right.
Been there like for 9 years.
Well, I think your license is valid.
Yes, sir.
If you get, and there were some times when it wasn't.
Right.
But
All right, I'll.
What was your call number again, Sarah?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. I'm sorry. This is on my phones.
Have the cause number here, Roxanne?
Okay.
5099942.
Yes, 38 year. I served at office. So I'm gonna give him another couple weeks. I hope he's not using, let him
No,
know.
he's not. My understanding is that he's been sober for like a little over a month, but he was a chronic user before, and so it's still just the remaining. Well, we've applied for PTI mitigation, like we've applied for the PTI, it's just we've not heard back.
Okay. I'm gonna set it for another couple weeks, like 3 weeks, if he tests positive.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, so around the 50th, 55th day, we'll
Wait,
reset it to.
Can you like ask for an amount or like a specific, like the percentage or, I mean, I don't know.
No, he's just not he's supposed to be clean.
I understand that, but based on the information that I have, was like he was a chronic user for years and he's recently stopped. So my concern is that like it's not long enough to get it
So
all out of
let's
his
see what
system.
send it to the lab now so we can get levels. And then we'll see the next time and see what the levels are.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, sir. Have fun. Hi, Eric.
Excuse me. Good morning, Judge. I have Guevara, first name Edelman.
Okay.
She paid the DA fee this morning. She is getting the portable device and today. Okay. So I have, today's Thursday, I know you want to do Friday, that's Monday.
Okay, sure. Okay, hi, Mr. Cole.
Hello, how you doing, sir?
Good morning.
How you doing? I'm here on Mr. Jesse Espinoza. We're gonna do a PTI on him. We just got the restitution form today.
Oh, so old. Has everything been turned in? State on Espinoza?
Take a look on Espinoza here. So the PTI contract was sent, and the restitution invoice was sent over, but as defense said, it was today that it was done.
That you got it? That you sent it, I guess?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. How much is the restitution amount? And then do you guys want it all up front or can you pay as you go? Hey Blaze, with restitution on a DWI PTI, is it all up front or is it installments?
No, it's not.
What's
It has
not?
to be paid by the termination of the contract. I'm
Oh,
well aware of that.
Okay, great. All right, we'll set you off a week for you to get everything done. Okay? The case is 250 days old.
I got you.
So let them know they've got a week to get everything done.
No problem. I sure.
Okay? Got it.
Have a good day.
You too. Take care.
Nice seeing
You too. Okay, hi. Hi.
I have Mr. Martinez Naranjo on docket.
In custody or on bond?
He's on bond.
Okay.
We just got a new offer for time served. I have the videos. I have 911.
More time?
Yes, Judge, I have to provide proof of his, the DDS 214, because he's a veteran, but ineligible for veteran support.
Is he on deferred?
He's not on deferred.
There was a deferred, but I guess maybe it's terminated. Okay. So you're at 176 days. You want a week or two?
Yes, Judge.
If that, he's got to be here. So
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. And so we're hoping that he'll take the offer by the next time he comes in to provide that proof. Right, thank you. Can I be excused? Thank you.
Hi. Hey, what's new? It's Friday Eve, man.
Yeah, got a plea.
Come to me, Serenity. Okay. Oh, you do? Okay.
Bianca Lopez, she's in custody,
Guys, do you mind? Bianca Lopez, please. Oh, okay, yeah. And then you want to sign now, we can get you to sign.
He already signed.
He did?
It's just-
Got it. Okay. Laura, you want to talk to me?
Yes, I have a plea on Mr. Addison.
Okay, I guess you want to bring them both? Addison and Lopez. Oh, wait, one's a lady though. Can they do that?
They can come out here together.
Nathan, you want to talk?
Sure.
We're waiting on people. Well,
Is this Ms. Gooch's client?
no.
Is she Maxine?
No, Miss Lopez, man.
I have a few issues.
Come on, Trey.
This one will take longer. This one will take longer.
Did we do a TRAS on this?
Yeah.
What did the TRAS say? Lopez. Page 44. We did do a TRAS. I mean, it doesn't even matter though, really, because she's got the delivery case upstairs, so anything that we wanted to do, it's.
It said, the recommendation was school A.
Hopefully they address it upstairs. We just can't because of the open case. Ma'am, you were charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 51 days in jail with credit for the 17 days that you have done. You need to understand that this is going on your record and it's going to be there for the rest of your life. You need to understand that if you continue to pick these up, at some point they can hit you with a felony and you're looking at years instead of days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. There's no changing this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the office, ma'am?
Guilty.
If I find you guilty, I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
No, I just want to discuss it robustly. Robustly, we're gonna have a robust discussion. Good, how are you? What? Yeah.
Why does this keep happening? Over and over and over. Why does this keep happening? How many cases did you have last year, Mr. Addison?
I have quite a few, sir.
Now, you pled on the 17th of December, and not 3 weeks later, you have now another criminal trespass. How do we stop this from happening?
You need to leave Texas?
No, we don't want you to leave Texas, but we want this to stop happening. Why would I keep doing this?
Officers don't like me out there, man. They be harassing me. They beat me up. They assaulted me. They put me in the hospital. They tried to kill me.
So why go back?
What do you mean?
Why go back to the same location over and over if you know that they're going to beat you up?
I'm in the state of Texas, not this area. The state of Texas, the laws don't like me. The police don't like me, sir.
That's baloney because you're a likable guy. We all like you, Mr. Addison. You seem like a stand-up guy. You're nice, but you keep going back. Why would I keep doing this? You know, we hit you with the time served. We let you out. 2 weeks later, you pick up a new case. And it's been like that for the last damn year. Where's your family? Who do you have in your life?
I don't have nobody in my life, sir. All my family is dead. My twin just died not too long ago.
You got no kids?
But they grown, yeah, but I can't find them.
Why not?
Because their mother hid them from me.
You ever tried to find them?
Yes,
How?
through the internet. Through the internet, sir.
I don't know, Lori. We're doing the same shots over and over and over. And last year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cases just last year. You pled at the end of December. January, you've got a new case. We let you out. You took off on us 2 more times. And the only reason we have you now is because you picked up an interference. And now we're doing the same thing over. I'm not going to do this. I'm done, Mr. Addison. I'm not going to continue to do this. Plead you to the time served in hopes that you're going to go out there and not do it. No, it's not going to happen. We need to figure something else out. Thank you. That's very sweet. But I'm not going to do this. We need to do what I'm going to do now, what's called a TRAS, to see how we go forward. Because I don't know enough about you and what's going on in your life to figure out how we go forward so you stop picking up criminal cases. I told you that many moons ago that I'm going to stop doing this. And now is the time. I'm not doing it, Mr. Addison. We will set this case for a TRAS. I'm going to try to expedite to get it done as fast as we can. I'm done. What I'd like to do, and the hope is that somehow you, me, and Lori can figure out what kind of family you have in the United States so that we can get you somewhere where you stop getting in trouble. But it's not working what we're doing. And I'm not going to continue to, this is not a revolving door. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
That's what we're going to do. So Lori, I'm sorry, but let's set it for a TRAS and we'll come back next week.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what we're going to do. So Lori, I'm sorry, but let's set it for a TRAS and we'll come back next week. Do you mind expediting it? It's obviously, Friday is just too soon, but perhaps maybe Monday we can get the TRAS done? Yeah. All right. Mr. Beadle.
I've got two matters that I need to address the court with. One is not on docket today. It's Emma Lynch. She's still waiting. She's not in Hue yet. Like, I'm wondering if you could maybe make a call to the appropriate entity and say there was some sort of issue going on with the bond situation that kind of.
Do this. Toria's not here today.
I know.
Is she gonna be back tomorrow? Do you know? Is Toria back tomorrow?
But I did bring it up with this young lady. I'm sorry.
I know, but let me,
She's great. She's great. So she's aware.
I get it. Let me wait.
Saying that she's gonna be here unless she wants to show.
Okay, great. Can we talk about it tomorrow?
Sure, I'll come by tomorrow.
Then we'll see what we can do to try to expedite.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
The other one is on the docket today, and I think the chief is aware of it. It's Bill Jones. He's on the docket today. His appearance was waived.
Oh, okay.
He, yeah, he's great. He went into inpatient and he's out now, and I talked to him yesterday. He sounds amazing.
You have a device?
Yes, he still has the leg bracelet, et cetera. He's doing great.
All right.
So we're at the point now because we applied for PTI on him because he had a 38-year-old DWI, and they're apparently think that that's close enough in time, even though he's been to inpatient treatment, et cetera, to not give it to him.
Telling you that I've seen more denials now.
I know. I am well aware. I get told that everywhere I go. So we're at the point where I have asked the state for a time served offer as well as, but Judge, it's a 38-year-old. Okay. And a probation offer. But the reality is that we're probably going to try this case, but I would like all the offers on the table that I can go over everything with him, go over the videos with him, and him make an educated decision on what he wants to do exactly.
Offer whatever you want to offer. It doesn't matter to me what you're going to offer.
I honestly don't think a time serves in a pro because he's done inpatient. Probation's not going to give him more tools that he doesn't already have.
I disagree with you. I think it does. It will, because it keeps him under the nose. He knows that he has someone watching over him at all times, so he can't just, go out there and do whatever he wants to do.
But the next thing is a felony anyway if he does it.
Do we want him to graduate to a felony?
I don't think he's going to be back. We've got a 38-year gap between arrests. 38 years from now, the man will be 104 probably. Do you know what I mean? I just don't see him coming back based upon his experience this time. He's at a completely different stage now, which I'm happy to say.
Time heals all wounds.
So all I'm asking for is a pretrial motion setting rather than set it for trial so that the chief and I can discuss.
Are we definitely going to set it?
I need to know what the offers are on the table for us to really go over it with them.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about it.
You guys know me. We've been friends long enough.
Dude, I just want to make sure you're aware the case is getting a little long too.
It is. It's 177.
But
So
we are
we'll give
getting-
you, I don't know, you want 2-3 weeks and then
That'll
come
be
back and let us know.
That'll be. Thank you, Judge.
Hunter.
Hey, Judge, here on Perkins. So I got an email yesterday. Apparently she never had the application sent in. I've sent the mitigation, but they didn't have the application. That's been sent in today. I had her fill it out, send it in. So there we are. I don't know if we want to go ahead and preemptively set the TRAS.
No.
Okay.
Because we're seeing more denials than ever. Is there an accident in this case?
There is.
How high is the test?
0.153 to 0.157.
Okay, major or minor?
Major crash.
I don't know. I wouldn't. So let's set it a
He's
week.
young with no criminal history, so.
None of that. It's, I think the circumstances now are what ride, you know, I don't know. So, let's set it off a week, see what they can get it done in a week and we'll come back.
It should be done at this point, finally, Judge. It's like one of those cases, it's just snake bit.
Hunter, if there's no decision in a week, I'll waive.
Okay.
But if there's a decision, then she needs to be here and then we'll send her for TRAS if yes, if no, then.
Because I was gonna have her not come today, but I needed her to fill out the app, so.
Set if it didn't get.
Yeah. Thank you, Judge.
So what leave?
Craig. Mr. Stewart. You good?
I'm waiting on a date, Your Honor. Sorry.
He wants you to see his back where the police bruised him up and beat him up.
Why do you keep going back? You know,
Says that
you know that you're gonna get a beat. You know, when you go, it's not gonna end well, but yet you're going. It's like the forbidden apple, I guess, right? I'm not gonna,
I understand. I just had to relay the message.
yeah, tell him that more so, why do you go back?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm enough's enough. Really, it's just.
What about? Oh, he talked with counsel outside. I told him to send him back. Garcia? No, he was waived. His felony set for 519.
Yeah, you don't have to ask, just come.
Let me go ahead and go out.
Okay.
So.
Sean document.
No, she wasn't on docket on Monday, but she wasn't up here, but they did bring her up. I'm not sure what happened.
What's the cost of
And then I'm gonna 256, talk to the clerk.
2087.
Hey.
I don't remember talking about her. She's on bond for a murder case? She picked up an assault? Wow.
So the issue with that is that the magistrate.
Tell me they gave her a PR. Tell me that she got a PR bond.
Got a, correct?
Yeah.
And, there's an interference with the curfew time. I was wondering. Yeah.
Hold on a second, hold on a second.
The 20th? Got it. Is he good to go back?
Hey, we have a problem. Can I give you a cause number?
Yes, I have some to go back. What is it?
256 2087. She's on bond for murder, picks up an assault, makes a surety bond, and they give her a 30-day reset.
I've seen the bond paperwork says 5-2.
Look at the next setting. Next setting says 529.
That must be like a clerical error, like in, when they take the bonds and.
Can we fix it right now so that,
Yes.
Trey, can you please, because I want her here tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll address conditions tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, Judge, we have an arraignment that showed up while we were,
Okay.
Page 15. Haran, come on up. It's an arraignment, we need PC.
Yeah.
For Haran, Herron.
Thank you, Mr. Torrey.
Good morning, Mr. Is it Haran?
It's Aaron.
Heron? Is Heron, you're charged with interfering to the duties of a public servant, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. This one was a 2B. On September 28th, 2024, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a family disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The caller reported she observed the couple arguing in a truck, children crying, and heard a loud bang as if someone got struck in the head. The law enforcement officer observed the truck with one functioning headlight, matching the description that was given him regarding the truck. The law enforcement officer observed a juvenile outside of the truck with red puffy eyes. The law enforcement officer made contact with Defendant 1, Ms. Herron, and Defendant 2. The defendant stated there was no altercation or arguments that occurred, and that the law enforcement officer was talking to the wrong people and that they were okay. The law enforcement observed an odor of marijuana. The defendant's vehicle was sitting outside of a random residence at night, and the defendant stated the vehicle belonged to a friend.
Which defendant? Who?
I just said the defendant stated the vehicle belonged to a friend, and then there's Defendant 1, which is referring to Ms. Herron for the next sentence. Ms. Herron refused to ID herself and stated she was going inside of the house. The law enforcement officer told Defendant 1, Ms. Herron, to stay put until the conclusion of the domestic violence investigation. Defendant 2 exited the vehicle, stated, "No, I am not," when advised, and he was detained and pulled up his pants before getting in a bladed stance. The law enforcement officer grabbed the Defendant 2's right wrist. Defendant 2 pulled away. The law enforcement officer grabbed Defendant 2's shirt, telling him to stop as they fell to the ground. The Defendant 1, Ms. Herron, pulled the law enforcement officer's arm and pushed the law enforcement officer's chest, preventing the law enforcement officer from restraining Defendant 2. The law enforcement officer took out an electrical conducted weapon, told Defendant 1 to get out of the way, Ms. Herron, and Defendant 1 continued to refuse and push law enforcement officer's chest. Ms. Herron ID'd herself with her name and date of birth, which was confirmed with the Texas driver's license.
Ms. Herron, don't. Now's not the time. You know, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. You will have the opportunity to fight your case. Just now's not the time. I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
I don't.
Okay, we can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you make, what kind of job you have, and then we'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I see that the co-defendant in this case has a valid warrant for his arrest. I think that there's still a warrant open for his arrest. Also on a felony warrant as well. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the co-defendant in this case. You understand? If you do, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? Okay. So Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then we'll have you take your seat in the jury box while you fill it out. Okay? Please. Can you file? Hey, if you can file no contact with the co-defendant, please.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Okay. Gilbert, you ready?
Hi, Judge.
Hey, what's new, man?
You should have a motion in your queue. It's a motion to substitute on Basilio Garcia. I should be finishing this felony case in about 2 weeks, and then
Are you in trial now?
this case should go away.
In trial now?
Oh, no.
What are you talking about? I should finish this felony case. Oh, for this guy?
Yes.
Oh,
He's on probation, another court is about to take time on it, and I think they're gonna file a motion to dismiss on it upstairs. So it's, thing. But either way, we'll work the case down here.
He's, is he here today?
No. Just saying, we're bringing him in 2 days after he pleads. Next time we're in felony court.
Yeah, it's not an old case. I'll sign it and whatever you want. Do you want the same day as a felony?
No, 2 days later is fine, so that way we can find out where we're at.
Problem. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So do you mind, can you put it?
Yeah.
Got it? Okay.
It was just a motion to second, right, Judge?
Yeah. Oh, what happened with your thing? Are you done?
Resolved.
You did pled? Are you happy with it?
Yes. I wanted to go, but.
Hmm.
Do it right.
Are we done? Yeah, but it's an empty courtroom.
No, but I've been reset. We're very close. I'm about to look. Joseph House.
It's so hot in here. What the hell, man?
It's hot here.
All right, waive to parents. All right, Judge, you ready?
Give me 1 second. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Okay. You ready?
Page 4, Elion was removed from the program, fell to Philip, counsel's order.
5,002. I have to do a bail order.
What's up? No. I was the opposite law. I was high stress.
Yeah, he is. Well, yeah. Yeah, he knows the name.
Yes, it's all I do. We have no idea.
Okay, Vic, who's next?
Next is page 11, Bree. You sent them to get drug tested yesterday. The
Who?
results were negative.
Say it again?
Page 11, Bree.
Okay.
He doesn't have an attorney. Because his arraignment was yesterday, so we're gonna do.
Is he here?
Yes.
Okay, we can appoint him a lawyer.
Let me just make sure that thing. Good morning.
Hey, how are you, Marty?
Last name?
All right, Judge, next is page 21, 22. Harry or Marie,
Yeah,
counsel says the defendant has been MIA.
okay. 10,003.
Are you gonna do the PO?
Yeah. Is that three FTAs or two? I think it's only two.
We have two bonds posted on one case.
Oh, he's got two cases?
Well, yes, two cases.
Okay, it is three. I didn't realize it.
Today makes
Yeah.
three.
Hey, I have a judges meeting starting soon, so I need today.
Okay,
So I'll just leave and you can just reset whatever.
we don't have that many. Next, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next is page 27, Salazar, death for arraignment, does appear first time.
2501.
Page 30, Smith. Smith was on docket yesterday. We rolled him for today because he didn't show up and so he
Really?
didn't show up.
Okay, so how many total is that for Mr. Smith? Hmm?
Thank you so much.
That's at least three, or if not four. Know that there was another besides yesterday that the dude didn't show up. Yes, but. So 10,003 on each. Okay, who's next? I'm never letting this one go. I'm not.
Page 34, Webster, death for arraignment, house to appear, 3 bonds.
God, I was hoping he'd do well, you know, I thought he was in school and. Okay, Webster, 10,003. Bless you.
Yep. All right.
Anyone else?
No, Judge, we're just waiting on the last financial assessment.
Okay, it's a little late, so if you want to like do maybe a week and then we can phone her when they come back, you know,
Okay.
if she wants.
Oh, and Eldridge is in the back, Braden's waiting on the attorney.
Yep, it's working. Couldn't figure out if I could get that microphone working. I think we're done. Are we done, everybody? Let's go to my favorite part of the day.
Somebody